This is Rowena Dooley asking Sol citizens to report for duty. Asking Sol citizens to report for duty.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Soul Citizen. This is episode 186, and I'm your host, Fastcart FC. Happy New Year, everybody!
Hey.
Hope everybody had a great holiday. And before we get started, I want to introduce my co-host, starting to my left. Thank you for the subscription. Is that a gift? No, that was Abdi. Thank you for the subscription, Abdi. Speaking of Abdi, hello Abdi. How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
tell folks about you. Simpasta, thank you for the subscription.
Hey, thanks, Shampasta. Hey, yeah, my name is AbdiYohan. I am a Soul Citizen. That's why I'm here. And but I also stream on my own channel at AbdiYohan on Twitch. I'm an illustrator and graphic designer, but you'll see me kind of blend those two things with Star Citizen on Thursday nights. So happy to be here. Happy 2024. And is that a raid or what's going on? Oh, we just got a raid from
New Soul Sound. And before that, we had a sub from CC Creator. Thank you for the sub, CC Creator, 27 months. Appreciate it. And thank you for the raid, New Soul Sound. Hope you had a great show. I was listening to it until like a half hour ago, but yeah, you had great music on. That reminded me. Well, let me get to. Are you done, Abdi?
I'm all done. Yeah.
Okay. So Kalrati, tell us about you. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. It is glad to be here for the new year, for the first Sunday show of the new year. And it's happy to see everybody in the chat. Happy to see Abdi. Happy to see fastcart. And I can't wait to, talk about what we're here to talk about.
And I just want to say, New Soul Sound, the raid reminded me today is Yo-Yo Meg, one of our other Soul team members. Today is Yo-Yo Meg's birthday, or Megan, depending on, she has so many names. So happy birthday, Meg. Hope you're doing well. Oh yes, happy New Year, everybody again. So yes, this is our first show, 2024. And this is my first Soul Citizens on my PC. I got this PC back. Long story short, I had a CPU problem. It got fixed, but it took a long time to rectify and find the issue. But I got it back last Monday. So I'm up and running. I'm running Windows 11, fresh installed. Everything seems smooth and buttery. Hopefully there'll be no issues. So knock on wood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Let's do it.
So obviously today's show is called Update 322, and let's get to it. So first we had the video going on, so not gonna dwell too much on it, but yeah, any thoughts about the video? The introduction to 322.
This might be the first time in a while that I didn't watch it day one. But I was very excited. This is our Christmas patch, so it kept me fed during the break. So
yeah, what day did it come out exactly? Do you remember?
I don't remember exactly. I can look.
Well, I can look on the thing maybe.
Of
the 14th.
The 14th. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, 10 days or so before Christmas, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, Kalrati, you had any thoughts about the video?
Yeah, I totally did not agree to them using such a disgusting ship like the 400i to use the the bike. I would much prefer use that bike with a cutlass. Perfect combination.
Wow.
So origin owners take the hate. I don't care.
Are you trying to summon Griff? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Hey, he might. Say his name 3 times. And Citizen Shenanigans, thank you for the subscription for 29 months. Appreciate it. Dang, y'all been around for a long time. We're coming over our fourth year anniversary, too. So thank y'all for participating and supporting us for so long. Appreciate it. So yeah, are you done disparaging origin there, Kalrati?
For now.
Only a matter of
Kalrati
time.
is no longer a part of Soul Citizen.
Wow.
Oh man.
Dark Knight 75, 40-month subscription. Thank you for that.
Thank
Dang, that's a long time. Thank you for that. All right,
Miss
so
you,
yeah,
Dark Knight. It's been a while since I've been on a show with that man. Hope he's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Knight, we missed you. So yeah, my thoughts about the video. It was okay. I liked it. Not much more to say to that. I mean, we'll get to the specific later on, but overall, the video was okay. I don't remember there being a playable now, or at least if it wasn't playable now, it wasn't as prominent as it was in 318. So I'm glad about that. But yeah, we'll get to the specific as we go along. But yeah, okay.
I do appreciate the fact that they used in-game footage at a couple of points.
Yes.
You could see the UI and everything, and I think that's helpful to see, just to know that they are trying to represent what the experience is like in-game. It wasn't perfectly buttery smooth when it was in the first person UI at Jumptown, which is good. So there's some attempts to show what the experience is actually like, but it's marketing. Marketing is you're trying to get people in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
and
true.
I almost forgot the name already. It just went up. Morgoth, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, we got a hype train going. I didn't see that. Cool.
Hey.
Thank you, y'all. All right, so Star Citizen Alpha 322, Rex 2 Riches. What do people think about the title there? Because sometimes they have some titles are better than others. I think the title was pretty normal. I didn't have too much issues with the title, Rex 2 Riches.
Yeah, and of course we're going to talk about the whole, thing with respect to Rex and the interaction of Rex through structural salvaging. But I would definitely say, in using a vulture, it definitely has given me some, compared to the other professions and such, it has given me quite a nice experience, an entertaining one, to the point where I was able to, purchase a prospector that I haven't purchased in some time after wipe of 318. So it was nice. It had some good earnings. So I would say it's pretty accurate.
Okay. What do you think
It's
about
definitely
that?
accurate. It's definitely accurate for point zero. For point zero, I'm really curious to see what happens in the next point one or whatever they call it. So
Yeah.
I have a friend who jumped in the game in November. We backed way back in like 2015 or 2016. He has an old package, but he finally jumped back in, and he's been playing since November. That man has an 890 jump, a reclaimer. Like, this is all from in-game earnings. All from in-game doing ERTs and selling the maze and selling the Weevil eggs. He has an 890 jump, a reclaimer, a Corsair. He has so many things that he bought in-game. And I'm like, Rex to riches, accurate for him. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Now he was moving on up on the east side then. Okay.
know, right? Like, he just has he had an Aurora package, and then he was like, you know what? I can build up.
Oh,
He
so you
definitely
started from
did.
the Aurora. Wow. So yeah, he's taking the Kalrati route.
Even though I don't have my Aurora anymore.
All right.
This is the worst news of 2024.
I know.
Wow, we already have to do one of those in memoriams. I can't believe it.
Yeah. I actually
Rest
upgraded
in
it
peace, Kalrati's
so
Aurora.
hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Let's just end the stream, man. I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, don't worry.
Oh man,
We'll get through
we're
this.
already off to a great start. I'm having too much fun already. All right, so the first thing up is talk about structural salvage. So that's one of the new features coming in. There's a play pause button, so I'm gonna try to hit play and see what. Okay, so yeah, talk about the reclaimer, man. The reclaimer. What is the word on the street about people who own reclaimers? Are they happy with the change, or they're sad with the change, or what have we all heard?
So, I haven't interacted with the reclaimer structural salvage just yet, but I think it's kind of, I wouldn't say balanced, but back and forth depending on who you speak to. But I would also say that folks who are even soloing it, they're still making a good bit of money. Of course, ultimately, it's not really something that that you can solo. But even those who are multi-crewing with it, I think they're having generally a good time. But we'll see, as time goes along. But that's what I've heard and read thus far.
How about you, Abdi?
Yeah, I actually got to go out and in style my friend Robotic Art. She is also a streamer, but she owns the best in show, the white and purple. I think it's 2950.
Purple? That was last year, yeah. 53.
2950. Wait, which one?
The white and purple was last year, 2953.
That was last year? The white and purple?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
She
Well,
has a white and purple.
it was iridescent. Iridescent.
Oh, no, not the iridescent one.
Oh, not the iridescent. Okay, something else. Okay.
No, it's like, it looks like I think it's 2951 or 2949, but either way, it's white and purple and it's crazy looking, and it looks like the head of Megatron, and we got to go out in that and salvage in style, which was super cool.
I think you think about Galvatron. Megatron was white.
Whatever, man. I don't want it.
Hey,
You know
don't
what?
talk transformers to me, okay? You're gonna come.
You
You're gonna
would
talk
know.
transformers, you gotta
know.
come
You would
correct. Black and Dog, thank you for the subscription for 29 months. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and so I'm just saying,
Okay, my bad.
It was pretty cool. Oh, it's 2950. That's what it was. But yeah, it was very cool to be out there. We did structural salvage. We did the melting and absorbing using the beams too. The only thing is the reclaimer still has some weird bugginess about it. I don't trust that elevator. I will never trust that elevator. I mean, like we all got PTSD from that elevator, and it's still kind of wonky. So, but at the same time, like I've run a salvage op out of it, and it works. You can make a lot of money. And then I've seen some people run some crazy salvage operations where like the hold is just like it looks like a crashed train with boxes just kind of like Jenga'd on top of each other, stacked in all funky ways and stuff like that. And people are making use of it, so it's nice to see that.
Abdi, all I got to say is it's 29:54. You got to get over your elevatorism, okay? It's a new year. That is so
Not until it works, because man, we were falling out of things, and like at points like it would just look like you were in the nexus of a void as it was going down.
I've seen the horrors.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying. But you can make some money out of it. So that's and it's also very awe-inspiring. Like you bring a new person onto that ship and they're like, holy crap, this thing looks like it's the Nostromo. Like
Nostromo, yeah, everybody says alien.
Yep, and the fact that there's so many different rooms and all that, it's a ship that really inspires awe. So
based on your experience,
until you start bugging out.
Well, so tell me, or tell us, Abdi, based on your experience, what is or how many persons crewed, the reclaimer versus how much you'd have earned, or based on the efficiency of the operations?
I think, it'll scale up if you have, proficient people with moving boxes and scraping. So like personally, I would say that like you wouldn't want to go with anything less than 5 people, I would think. Because you need the pilot. The pilot is the person who you can't control the arm. The arm just goes out straight forward. It has a pretty wide radius, but you need that pilot to be in there.
And this is like relevant to people who like know what they're doing and they're not drunk. So yeah,
absolutely, yeah. And you're gonna need someone in the cargo hold. People on the beams. The beams have tractor beams now, which is nice. That gives them a little bit more autonomy. But yeah, I think I would like you could make a decent haul with ERTs and then salvaging those, or doing particular missions where you end up getting a lot of just like bigger ships that you can kind of stay at. So yeah, I think it's definitely a viable ship right now, and that you can take 5 people out at least and make a good amount of money.
Black is out. Thank you for the gift sub to our birthday girl, Meg. Happy birthday again, Meg. I don't know if you were there at the beginning of the show. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Meg. I just want everybody to know that Meg's favorite band is Imagine Dragons. So if you can just type Imagine Dragons in the chat and at her, that would make her very happy.
I feel like a troll, but maybe I'm reading too much into it. Oh, so yeah, that is structural salvage. Okay, cool. So next up we have going down Deolex elements. We started off with Abdi. Let's start off with Abdi this time. So we ended with Abdi. We're gonna start off with Abdi this time. So Deolex elements. Have you had a chance to participate in these?
So the only one that I've gone to is the one on Microtech. I haven't made it out to the ones that are on, I think, Hurston. And is there another one that's out there? I know there's apparently there's 15 unique new settlements across.
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
So,
a good few.
But the one on Microtech was cool because it had a shop in it, and you were able to buy some weapons and some armor that aren't as plentifully or easily available at other shops, and I do appreciate that. They still kind of feel empty to me, just because you don't have like NPCs walking around. I think it'll feel kind of that way until you can interact with NPCs and just like talk to them about stuff and barter, or I don't know, there's like more dialogue options, but it would be interesting to like kind of just make one of those places your place of operation. It wouldn't be really, I don't know if it would be meta in any way, but at least it would be kind of like a good what is it called when you role play, like an RP kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kalrati, how about you? Derelict settlement?
Yeah, I got killed there twice, so I'm enjoying it.
Well,
But
okay,
ultimately,
you say you got killed twice. How many people did you take out before you got killed?
0. Okay, so I went there to do a mission. Okay, but I was still expecting some hostilities, so I left my ship away. It was a vulture, because I was like, you know what? If I'm not doing any kind of structural salvage missions or any hull scraping missions, I will still take the vulture, and I have the X1 in it. Yes, folks, I use the X1 in the vulture. It fits comfortably, as opposed to using one of those disgusting foreign Jedi ships. So I go with the vulture.
Again, really is trying to summon Griff.
I mean, Griff was summoned. That was Griff earlier.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go
So
ahead.
I land about 5 kilometers away, and I, make the short trek with the X1 to the settlement. I can't remember which one it was, but it was on Hurston, and it was a really cool place. It was at night, so I didn't really see the entirety of it visibly. But I did the mission, and as soon as I completed it, someone sniped me. The good thing, however, is that when I went back with, I went back with the Aurora, because I bought the Aurora in game. So of course I'm never letting go of the Aurora. But I went back and I was able to retrieve anything because it was darkness and he couldn't really see where I was because I was in the pile of everyone that I shot. But yeah, other than that, there was another hostility somewhere else, and I mean I wasn't upset with it because I went into it knowing that something may happen, and even though I died, it still felt like something that I chose to do, and it felt like, okay, I got myself into this, and this is the consequence.
Which one did you go to?
I can't remember. That's the thing. So I was
Okay.
trying to remember, but it was on Hurston. That's what I remember.
It was on Hurston. Okay.
Yeah, and the other one was on Microtech. That one wasn't as I got away slightly with that one, but I still bled out in the end because I didn't administer the medpen fast enough. But yeah, I would also agree with Abdi, because when it comes to the NPCs, it would feel nice to have it feel more occupied. But I would also agree that I would prefer that when the NPCs do come, that they have some value to them, as opposed to just being there and just standing still. But at the same time,
the space station NPCs are kind of
exactly
like,
the space
there,
station.
but what are they really there for? Other
Exactly. And yeah. I am curious. In conclusion, I am curious on how they're going to kind of prevent the NPCs from getting totaled by someone coming in and dropping a bomb or shooting them or anything like that. If they're going to make them do the MMO way and make them immortal, I don't think that's something that CR is going to do, or probably implement turrets or no fire zones or so, or else you're going to be fired at from turrets, etc. So I am curious with respect to the logistics and the system that they implement to make those areas not super peaceful, but to prevent those NPCs from possibly being affected and possibly affecting the whole active lived-in kind of area. So. But ultimately, I do enjoy it.
That's a really good point. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, you don't want the immersion breaking of seeing a bunch of dead NPCs everywhere that are not like hostile and are supposed to kind of be the shop owners and stuff like that. But I think you also bring a good point that it's probably whatever they're going to do is probably going to be tiered. Like maybe start off with like turning off your weapons when you fly within a certain zone, and then maybe the next tier is like base building kind of thing where like they have shields and like turrets and stuff like that, the same that we'll get with base building at some point. Not that I expect that anytime soon, but like I feel like they'll definitely hopefully take a tiered approach, and hopefully we don't have to wait super long to get them there. Otherwise it's just going to continue to feel kind of empty. But maybe it's a server meshing thing that they're waiting on performance improvements.
Could be.
Well, let me know when someone gets a chance to do all 15. I hope there might be a Spectrum badge for that. I'm not sure. We'll have to look that up later. But yeah, let me know if someone does all 15. That'd be what they think about.
If someone's super into exploration, that sounds like tier -1 exploration to
Jade, where are you, Jade?
Yep, right.
All right, so that is Derelict Settlement. So up next we have, we work character hairstyle. This is, I think,
Oh yeah.
we ended with Kalrati. Going to start with Kalrati on this one. Hairstyle. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, sure. So to represent exactly my hairstyle, I went with this beautiful lock, this long shoulder length hair. It's amazing. I can't remember what type it was. It just flows, man. And actually, I'm not joking. I actually went with that hairstyle because it represents exactly what what the kind of hairstyle that I have. So, but yeah, I do like the updated version compared to what we had before. And I simply can't wait until they move on to giving us more hairstyles, more varied hairstyles that they talked about, as time goes along. So it's nice to see the Squadron 42 port come over, and I hope that they continue it. I don't expect them to continue it every single quarterly patch, but it would be nice. But it would be nice to see another couple updates this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the mega hairstyle in game.
Oh yeah,
So,
they have curls. That would be absolutely awesome.
What are your thoughts, Abdi?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there are a lot of people that feel seen by this. People who have been expecting hair that has bounce and wave and ponytails and stuff like that, which is great. It's the first of what we are seeing from bringing stuff over from Squadron 42 in terms of hair tech, I think. So that's exciting, and I'm excited to see more. I kind of expect to see the character creator get updated before seeing, maybe more hairstyles. I guess maybe this was like
Updated
a test
how?
or something. But what was that?
Updated how?
Oh, they good to the Squadron 42 character creator.
Oh, okay.
Like not exactly the same. I think they said that there would be some differences,
Mhm.
but I know that at some point they're looking to bring in a more fleshed out character creator. One with the things that they talked about during CitizenCon too, like being able to save out your character, which would be a huge.
I'm looking forward to that because
yeah. You have to memorize how many clicks to get the right character or something like that. Like set up a voice attack macro just to get the right character. Oh my
How lazy
god,
do you have to be?
that's not lazy. I'm telling you, that's what you have to do in order to get exactly the right character.
And there are people who probably do that.
I'm sure someone does. People do all sorts of stuff with that. So anyway, I think this update hits more people than me because I go with I don't role play much further outside of like this is me in the verse. I mean, if you really want to get into it, I'm AbdiYohan here. I'm AbdiYohan in the verse. So I try to get as close to what I look like. I did the same thing with Mass Effect. I did the same thing with Dark Souls, and my God, was it terrible in Dark Souls. End up
All I'm going to say
orange.
is, in Mass Effect, I try to make a character, and I hit apply, and I don't know what it is, the lighting in the character creator
It
or
changes.
something like that. But whenever you hit apply and start the game, it looks almost nothing like the character
Oh
creator.
my God.
That's great.
And then you bring your character from one game to the other, and then it's like, oh my God, it looks even more different. Like, yeah. So, but yeah. No, I feel the pain. But we'll get there. We as Soul Citizens have talked about more representation in this regard before. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we're looking forward to that at some point. And we know it's a matter of time, and we'll keep advocating and for what we want to see. So yeah.
Cool. All right, so yeah, I like this too. That's all. Probably I can say more about that. I'm looking forward to my hairstyles as well, and they are on the way. We just have to wait and see to see when they'll be put there. And more Yoku, thank you for the subscription for 22. Oh, that was for 22 months. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
22 months in a row.
Yeah, in a row. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you. All right. So up next we have Jump Town Global Event. Gameplay rework Jump Town event. Gonna end it with Abdi. Gonna start with Abdi. Have you been participating in Jump Town?
I mean, this is where I feel like maybe it wasn't a good idea to have me on this show. I never do Jump Town.
You never do Jump Town. That's okay.
I think the last time I did Jump Town was with Yo-Yo Meg's crew, and it was interesting. It was fun. It's just I'm an industrial citizen through and through. That's what I do. And Jump Town, I don't know. It's a lot of effort. And you don't always see it going the way that you want it to go. And sometimes that's because of the players, but sometimes that's because of just the game itself. So, maybe I'll let Kalrati speak more towards this if he has more to say. But it's nice that we're at least getting other locations and that those locations are varied. It shows a commitment to events, which is a good thing. It's just one of those things where this is kind of the extent of where my gameplay stops.
Okay, no problem. Kalrati, how about you?
So I would say, as an industrialist, I mean, you could always come and try salvaging. Some persons thought that would be a good idea.
Did they
Sometimes
SRV
it
some
is.
things away? That's what I would do. If I was going to do anything, I would take an SRV and I'd just drag people's busted ships away so that I could just munch them somewhere else.
Yeah, sometimes it works, but sometimes I've seen that it doesn't. But when it comes to the to the rework and everything like that, I do appreciate the new location, but I'm still an advocate for having some kind of jump down location on the ground. Because we're still vulnerable to certain air attacks from time to time, and I think that if we have multiple entrances and exits, particularly, for example, I don't know how many remember, and it's still there, I think, one very easily accessible underground-ish location that is at Kudrum Mining closed on Daymar. There's one entrance, but the way I'm thinking as another variation to jump down location is having an underground to kind of decouple that vulnerability to the air and having multiple entrances and exits, not really block out much access, but I'm very curious as to how that kind of verticality is going to take place. But I think the introduction to this kind of location is pretty nice, and but it's just that I'm looking forward to more variations in terms of the location types, and I think they've talked about it also already in a recent monthly report or something similar.
So, a question for Kalrati about Jumptown. Do you still miss the original Jumptown 1.0, or has Jumptown now reached a point where it's okay, you've gotten over it, or how do you feel about that?
I still miss the emergent aspect of it, but not enough that I don't appreciate what they've done now. To get back to that, I think that, I guess they can do something like that because nothing's barring them from putting a random location there and just letting players kind of, intentionally doing it and not really telling us about it. But I feel like there may be another reason why they're not doing that anymore. And perhaps they have their own plans. But ultimately, yeah, I do miss it, but not enough that I don't really appreciate, what we have now.
That's a really interesting question, Fastcart. Kalrati, what do you think it would take for them to do that now? Because there are some things that have been taken away from us a little bit. Like, what is it? Like Cornerstone and those other sites have a little bit more trouble accessing resources and commodities, I think, right? So there's some stuff like that. So what would it take having an in-game way of tracking stats for commodities or something like that?
Yeah, so I think, or at least what they seem to be doing now seem to be paying a lot more attention to any kind of errors, because that came about due to an error in the pricing of the commodity, right? But even now, I think to get us to that point again without them making an error, it would have to depend on them implementing some kind of quantum-driven, analysis tool or so that they can both track it properly without breaking the economy or affecting the economy that they don't want to have to go or spend time going back to fix. So it's one thing for them to randomly put it in, maybe balance it kind of in the background and not tell us anything, but it's up to them. Maybe they've thought about it before. And I guess it depends on where it falls in their schedule. But I would think that for them to properly put something like that in and still go in the direction where they won't have to say, okay, it's not really agreeing with our, plan of action ultimately, they may want to wait until, more of the pieces to quantum comes online, unfortunately, to create that kind of randomization and that kind of emergence that we and they want.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, and I think that's. I mean, I think that's kind of exciting to think that we could kind of get back to a point that it would be something that could be like naturally generated in the universe just by the quantum economy, and maybe throwing in some like um, I don't know, spikes here and there that cause one location to have this, and then have like quantum kind of redirect things, and then players redirect things, and that would be that. I look forward to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Alright, so up next we have personal cargo container, personal inventory cargo container. Keep your kit close by and ready for anything with a personal cargo container available from standing cargo deck 1, 2, and 4, and 8 SU capacities. You can store weapons, ammo, armor, picos, anything you need to get the job done. So, personal cargo container. Well, I think we ended with Kalrati, so we're going to begin with Kalrati on this one. Cargo containers, what are your
Sure.
thoughts?
Right. So I was so glad when this came online, because before it came online, sometimes what some of us used to do is, for example, when we went into bunkers, we would sometimes bring one SCU cargo box and put stuff in it. But it shows another gap that we're still waiting on, to make use of. I'll speak on that a little bit after, but ultimately, what I do enjoy doing with these personal cargo containers is I would sometimes buy, let's say, 2SU, multiple 2SU containers sometimes, and in my Taurus, because that's a ship that I normally carry my cargo around with now, is I would just load it up, and the same stuff that I would actually put, by just a click of a move all button into my Taurus, I would just load the 2SU cargo boxes with. And it does seem a bit tedious sometimes, but it does help me to kind of get the perspective of, what else they may need to kind of make this. I don't think it's ever going to be fun, but kind of reduce the repetition
Tediousness?
and still add some value to the logistics. So, for example, the labeling and all those things. But to just touch on what I initially talked about before, I do also bring, a 2SU box or 1SU box by just purchasing it this time into a UGF or somewhere. And as a result, I can always just load my stuff into the box. But once again, it's a good feature and a step in the right direction, I think. But it also gives another outlook on how our interaction with inventory kind of is now versus where at least I would want this to be. For instance, it's still tedious to take an item, put it into the box, take another item, put it into the box, even though the box is right there. Just let me, interact with both inventories at the same time, So, but once again, I am glad that it came online because I do enjoy making some use of it, at least to get an idea of what else they can build off of it.
All right. Abdi, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is kind of a really not kind of. It is a very cool update that I just am not able to personally use the way that I want to exactly right now, but it is a step in the right direction. My goal for 322, my play style, has been to live out of my cutter scout. And I want to kind of my whole mind thing and like thinking around it is basically I just want to be like a mercenary that lives out of my ship. So that means bed logging, and that means putting both a mule on my cutter scout with a 1 SCU crate attached to it, and then going to do mercenary missions where I have to fly outside of the turret range and then drive in. The only thing that's been barring me from doing that in 322 is right now those particular missions, the elevator isn't working. I think in the next update, hopefully that's working. But I've attempted, and you can do it at other bunkers where you can land safely. But that's the play style that I want to do. Basically, go be a merc where I have to drive in with my mule, have that attached to the ship, have it all kind of be in my own little microcosm of a world, and log out and log back in the middle of space. So what I have been doing, what I've been able to successfully accomplish is other bunkers where they're not hostile to you have been working for me. So I will take my one SCU box, bring it down, do the mission, probably usually like save one bad guy, so I'm not like having to deal with the clock, the 15-minute trespassing timer. Loot as much as I can, get all of that into the box, and then bring that up, and then finish off the mission. But yeah, it's been great for that. I have a lot of stuff at Bajini that is from looting, and it's been fun to see it work. And it's nice that it's less tedious than having to individually bring up things in either tiny boxes or have to explode your ship to get a bigger box, or all that kind of stuff. Even the ability to buy it and have it in your ship is nice. So yeah, I think it's only going to get better from here. There was and this is a leak, but it's a leak from Star Citizen itself.
Oh, well,
It's from Star Citizen. They posted something themselves, and they shouldn't have posted. So the Star Citizen account posted a video about being able to lock your one SCU crate, which is not a function that you can do right now. Not at least not that I've been able to do. But they quickly took that tweet down. I don't know when they're going to implement that feature, but it's something that they themselves put out there into the world. And we'll see when that is actually expected. I don't know what the value of that will be. Locking your crate, maybe like bringing it to like Jump Town or something like that.
From getting in, if it depending on how it's locked, you can like make a key to your character, and stuff that you want to keep in there that you don't want other people to have access to, and like living in a dorm, a dorm room.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it just depends on how they do that locking. If you can still access it when it's locked, but maybe limit it to your party or something, that would be nice. But I don't remember how much they actually showed in the tweet. They just basically asked some question and was like, "Hey, what do you guys think about this?" or whatever.
I mean, I think the way the gameplay works, as far as I can tell, no matter how they do it, it's going to be hackable in some way. So.
Yeah, we'll see.
They will get in. But I do have a question before we move on to the next category. So here we go. What's in the box? Anyway, so moving on.
I was about to do the bam.
The thing is, before we started this show, we were like, "Oh wow, like fastcart's gonna have to be Griff," and he's gonna. And then we're like, "You know what? Nope, you can't. Fastcart is gonna be fastcart. You can't stop fastcart from fastcarting."
Nope.
All right, so up next we have Arena Commander update, gameplay, new map, mode, and match type. So yes, Abdi, have you participated in Arena Commander?
I have. I've done the multi-crew, which was really nice to be able to just easily get in someone else's ship. And then I've done some dogfighting practice, and then some FPS stuff. There's something about Gun Rush that I just will always find
amazing,
very satisfying. It just speaks to my Counter-Strike background, it's it just fulfills that part of my brain. So I do appreciate that, but I think the biggest thing is just being able to have the multi-crew in a ship, so that you can take out a hammerhead and have the turrets in use, and then being able to kind of like quick respawn your ship and different ships. You can kind of have a loadout a little bit, which I think is really, really nice if you want to try out things, which is what Arena Commander is really nice for. So love it. Those people have been knocking it out all of 2023. So let's
true.
The props they deserve.
Kalrati, Arena Commander update.
Yeah, like Abdi, I've been totally enjoying Arena Commander. So I've played, the FPS modes, Gun Rush, single elimination. For instance, for anyone who doesn't know, the new schedule is out. I think today was the last day for Tank Royale and single elimination with the AO3 sniper. That one was an adventure because I found myself having to use the AO3 sniper. Most of us, I know that not everyone really likes the Unreal Tournament kind of jumping and hopping and shooting the gun, but it was quite entertaining. And I found myself
to hear that though.
I literally found myself just trying to shoot somebody with no aim. We're just jumping around side to side. But
360 no scope Kalrati.
I know, yeah.
I mean, I I'm still hoping to get into Pirate Swarm and Vandal Swarm since the update. So
Yeah.
I'm not good enough to solo it, so I'm gonna have to find a crew and help me clear it. But hopefully
Yeah, just let us know when you're ready, man.
that someday.
Yeah, sure thing.
With my F8 Lightning that I have now, that I'm glad.
Of course, of
my
course.
God.
I mean, hey, if you want, they also gave us more ships to test with master modes. It was the Vanguard Warden, the F7M. I can't remember which multi-crew ship they gave us for master modes. Someone could always type it in chat.
Is that in
But
PTU or is that in
in
322?
the 322, yeah,
Oh really?
yeah,
F7M.
yeah,
Wait, that's
yeah.
Super Hornet. No, you said the what was the other one you said?
The F7M and the Vanguard Warden. And there's not a multi-crew ship, I think. Yeah, the Hammerhead. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Hammerhead and
it's
Vandal
yeah.
Swarm. Ooh, okay, that sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, is it a Swarm? It's Pirate Swarm, I think. Well, so you can do it with this thing, Squadron Battle, in Master Modes. Or is it Master Mode? Someone, my brain's fuzzy right now, but multi-crew is in. So
Right.
there's that. That's a good thing. And yeah, but so my only thing with respect to at least the new maps, because I did try out Bloodshot Ridge and Maker's Point,
Oh yeah.
is the lighting sometimes. But I do enjoy it. But I did find myself for the very first time in any FPS map literally having to increase my brightness to properly see what's around me. So I don't know if that has to do with the lighting that they're still working on. Of course, everyone's monitor is different as well, but I never changed mine. And, at least the lighting for the other modes are great for me. So that's the only thing that I had a bit of a problem with. But other than that, I've been really enjoying Arena Commander. The only thing, however, is that it's not necessarily related, but I did read some words in the month report that even though I'm confident that we'll see more Arena Commander updates, it seems as though some folks in the Arena Commander feature team are moving on to the PU. So I don't know in terms of the frequency of updates we will be getting for this year, but I mean, if they are moving on to the PU or they need them in the PU, that's still good, But for what they've done thus far, I think it's been excellent.
Absolutely.
Well, since I've reinstalled Windows, I'm gonna have to redo my voice profile in Windows. Not looking forward to that, but if I do it sooner rather than later, I'll be able to jump into Arena Commander and get my voice attack on. So
Yeah.
we'll
Absolutely.
see. I gotta get off my button.
That's a really good point, though, about the. I know I keep saying this, but I mean, Kalrati's full of good points. Like the lighting. A lot of people use reshade, and I have no shade against reshade. I think reshade's
Oh my god!
awesome.
Seriously?
Especially, I didn't get banned, brother. You're the one with the joke ban. You're the one with the joke ban.
Go ahead.
But no. But reshade is nice. I think when people use reshades for screenshots, I think that makes a lot of sense to me. But when people use reshade because of a lack of the game, that makes me a little bummed. And I always look forward to when they can either put like some kind of a you buy a particular helmet when you're going to be needing to go into a night like circumstance with you turn on what is it called, night vision or whatever. Or you have like flare, is that what they call in Battlefield? Different types of night vision. And I look forward to that actually being implemented in the game rather than something that we have to simulate in reshade or something else, because I think it makes sense. It's 2954
now.
They should have a solution for that, and I think they will at some point, but it's I get that it's not a priority right now, but I look forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's 29.54, but I probably like it 28.99. So yeah.
Everybody party like it's. I'm not gonna keep going on.
Oh, please do. You do it better than I would. Okay, so the Poet, Santucky Eyes, Flyable Ship, Centurion, Medium Fighter. Either of you have one of these?
I don't really buy alien ships. They're not. I mean, like in game, I wouldn't be averse to it. But I like anything that's like pretty, and this is a pretty ship, and I'm happy that people have it. I know that there were some issues with it getting out in the first place, so happy they were able to make it happen before the end of the year, and happy that people finally have it in their hands.
Alrighty.
Yeah, the first time I flew the ship, it was nice, but when I exited, I fell through the planet because of how the seat was positioned. So,
Would you right
it's
down in there?
I think they've fixed it now because last time I flew it, the seat positioning and everything was addressed. I think, yeah, and I don't think it's returned. Hopefully, I'm right. But I do like the aesthetic of it. I also do like how the design of the cockpit is, flushed. I appreciated that there isn't as much clutter, and they put the words there in Xi'an and those things. And I hope that they continue with that kind of aspect. With the more, in my opinion, it has a healthy balance of function over form. So you have the stuff that matters to you in terms of what you may be interacting with, coupled with a nice flush finish, in my opinion, which I think looks good enough, and you can still interact with the MFDs and such if you do interact with the MFDs a good bit. In terms of the performance, there was one thing I think that they still need to address with respect to the weaponry. But not necessarily the weaponry type, but more so the capacity loadout. So I haven't checked to see if it's been addressed in the PTU patches, but that is something that I believe Yogi did identify and that they want to address ultimately. So yeah,
This is a medium fighter, right?
Yeah. They're right there.
From what I've heard, people are saying, is it like too underpowered for what it should be? Is that the idea, or is it that it's too overpowered?
Yeah, too overpowered. Yeah,
Mm.
it was a bit too overpowered from what I remember.
It'll get nerfed.
Yeah.
So that's the flow. You put out a new ship, you got to get people over to it.
Yeah.
Every fighter is going to get balanced. So it's the same thing that if anyone's like looking in terms of like, should I get this ship or not? This is just me personally. These thoughts are not the thoughts of Soul Citizens or whatever. This is just me. But like, get it because it's what you want. Like that, like what it could be in the future, and how it plays now, will change. How it plays now will definitely change.
If you like the look of it, go and get it also.
If you like the look of it, go with it. If it fulfills, like if you're role playing alien kind of ships and stuff like that, go with it. But if you're dissatisfied with how it functions now, everything is going to get balanced at some point. So how it functions now is not how it's going to end up in beta 1.0. It's all so whatever.
Yeah, Mukul says the Suntuck already got nerfed from the original start. So
there we go. Okay, thanks, man.
All right, so up next we have, an Origin X1 series, open canopy vehicle X1, small add-on, fast. The X1 is the ultimate in high-end personal transport. So, who wants to take this one first? X1.
Hey, it's a perfect ship for Drake ships, man.
I think it's the third time. I mean,
hey, I've been using this ship in my Vulture. I ain't kidding. It's amazing. I enjoy it. It's in my Vulture, similar to what Abdi said, where he has his, one SU. I have like a little 2 SU box where I store everything right next to it there. And if I need the space for salvaging, I'll take the X1 out and shift to 2 SU cargo, and I'll do my salvaging. But it's a perfect ship. It's a perfect bike for the Vulture. All right. Don't worry about what anyone says. The only thing that I have a bit of an issue with, and this is to Origin, is that if I'm rocking with such a luxurious bike like that, I don't expect my forward weapon to go every single time I hit a pebble. Okay? Please.
I mean, luxury does not mean durable.
Yeah, this is one of those ships where I feel like a lot of people are kind of hoping for a rebalance of how ground vehicles work in general, or Gravlev tech works in general, which is funny because they made that uptick to Gravlev. It was in like a ISC where they talked about how much work they were putting into it. That was like a year and a half ago or something like that. And I feel like after that it worked really well. And since then, I feel like Gravlev has kind of, I don't know, degraded. So it's really dangerous to fly Gravlev again.
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that something changes. But what was it? Recently we heard about, or is it already implemented, that they're starting to experiment with ground vehicle racing tracks.
Yeah.
So with that focus, I hope that there's more focus in Gravlev as a more viable solution for racing and all that
Well,
kind of
when
stuff.
you
That
say
would be-
ground vehicle, does that mean wheeled vehicles or grav left and in wheeled?
I think it would
It's-
be Gravlev and wheeled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Uh,
that'll be interesting. It'll kind of shake up the racing that we're used to.
my thoughts about the X1. I mean, I like the original concept. I think I bought one, but I melted it because I'm trying not to have any speeders or bicycles or vehicles in my hangar. I might get. Oh, I do have the links, but that's a special case. But other than that, as for this one, I watched some reviews and it's a fast bike. Even if you look the ship matrix on the RSI site, it says it has a top speed of 550 meters per second. And this guy I was watching, I forget the name of him, but he went up to 200 meters per second. And this is a ground vehicle. He's going 200 meters per second on the ground. So I'm like, that's gonna be a bit fast for this thing, but okay. And I mean, I looked at, I think it was earlier in the week when I looked, and yeah, it still says 550 on the ship matrix. So I don't know if it's been like a month since it's been out, and they haven't touched it yet. So maybe that's a normal speed. I don't
We'll
know.
see.
I can't remember, but I think that's in vacuum because when I haven't tried it in vacuum at the top speed, but maybe it was just an error. But it definitely is very very fast once you've lowered the height all the way to the down all the way down on the surface. It's very very fast. The only thing is that because of once again that forward facing gunman, it's one of the first things to go. So just you have to just drive it on very very flat surface.
Have you tried duct tape? The one thing that I'll say about this is there was a lot of talk about its design right up until release.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a lot of hullabaloo, even within full
the
citizens,
canard.
about the way the orientation of how you sit when you're actually in the vehicle.
Right, that's true.
But I think where I hope, I don't know if that, like, we never actually got to see someone sitting in it back when it was when they were kind of like revealing bits and aspects and kind of just showing.
Oh yeah,
teasers.
I mean they were leaning forward like a motorcycle.
Now you can, but
No,
they
but
revealed
in
the
the concept
seat.
too. In the concept too. But
No,
then
you're talking about the original concept. I'm talking about
yeah.
like 2 months before release.
right,
2 months
right,
before
right.
release, people were really pissed because the
It was
chair
more
looked like
like
it was
yeah,
sitting back kind of thing.
What do you call them? The tall handles with motorcycle with the
Like
tall
a-
handles.
like
like
ape
that.
hanger motorcycles,
Oh,
Harleys,
yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So people were frustrated with that, but then when it finally came out, we saw that you do kind of forward lean in it, and I think that made people happy because they wanted to get that sleek, fast, your crotch rocket kind of feel, So I'm hoping that people are happy with how that landed. I think it's still a little bit different than what the original concept was.
Yeah,
but
it's not as forward, but it's still forward.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad
Yeah.
as the other stuff.
Yeah,
And
and I'm
like,
curious to know if the feedback from the fans changed that,
Probably was.
I would
or
say so,
if that was
probably.
always the intention.
I don't. I think it was the feedback. And Miko said it was a chopper. I was thinking about the chopper, the bicycle. No, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
not the bicycle. Motorcycle. Chopper, yeah.
Mhm.
So thank you for that. Yeah, I do like the design for it, but I mean, my heart is with the Tumble Ranger. Other than the links, I'm waiting for the Tumble Ranger. That'll be if I get any vehicle or speeder like that, it'll be that. So we shall.
I'm a Dragonfly kind of guy. I don't own one, but I
Yeah, the
love,
OG.
I love
That's
the
been
design.
out for ages. That's the first
I
one.
love that thing. It's hard to pull me away from a Dragonfly. So
You have the
I
yellow
agree,
jacket or
actually.
the black?
I like the black.
Like the black. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So up next we have the Great Cutter Rambler, flyable ship Cutter Rambler Explorer. explore the wilderness unimpeded. So, did either of you have the Great Cutter Rambler?
I considered it, but what it came down to was, will it fit the mule and will it fit the STV? And from what I saw, they severely reduced not severely. They just reduced the cargo bay to make room for habitation and other features. And like I said, my play style is I want to have my mule with my one SCU box in the Cutter Scout. Cutter Scout is even a tight fit. The original Cutter fits the mule and the STV the best. You get like enough wiggle room to make it actually work. But the Scout just adds enough more functionality to me that I'm like, I'll potentially blow up my own ship just to have that extra radar scanning capability. But the Rambler is a bit. I mean, it's cool. I think the look of it is exactly what they're going for. Like in terms of it kind of being the Winnebago, or like like this thing will take you miles and miles and miles and have that habitation space for you. So I think it'll be great for that, and hopefully people are happy with it. I've seen a couple people with it, so yeah.
Cooper Steve, thank you for that. Had to fit fastcart cart or no deal. Maybe, but I'll get to my point after. Kalrati, what do you think about the Rambler?
Yeah, it's a nice ship. I don't have it because I prefer to fit my X1 in the Vulture. Because once again, X1s work with Drake ships. But with this one in particularly, unfortunately, when I looked it up, it didn't fit comfortably with my cargo, and plus I wanted to kind of do a bit of a three-way combination with salvaging, and if I do see something with the salvage, then I'll just take out the X1 and I'll have my cargo space there. But it is a cool ship. When it came out, it did kind of remind me of I don't know if anyone who's played Freelancer remembers the Liberty Rogues and the Junkers, where they're using I think it's called the Mule. That ship was. So it kind of reminded me of that ship, and it could be like something similar to that.
I am surprised that they came up with another Great Cutter. Could they have the Great Cutter, the original one, the Rambler now? What's the third one?
The Scout.
The Scout.
Yeah. So that's three Great Cutters. It's like a normal variant for starter ships, and I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'm just surprised that they didn't do all three at once. So yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not quite sure what the reasoning was for it. If it was just to kind of space out, how they made their money, or to like let people kind of simmer on the idea of the three different versions. I wasn't sure what I was expecting for the third version, but I mean, we've known about the third version for a long time. I think that there would be a third one. They even like showed at CitizenCon. Right. When they revealed the Scout, they showed a grayed out version of the third one. I think I thought that there would just be a little bit more to this. But I mean in terms of
it's a starter, so how much more can it be?
It's a starter, and it has a bathroom, and it has habitation, and it has
it's a great ship with a bathroom. Well, that should be applause line right there, right?
I mean, Cuddy Black is crying a little bit in the corner, but yeah, but yeah. You know what? Here comes a Drake that's a starter and has one of those. So if you're looking for a fully featured starter ship that's $50, this is a great value.
Yeah, it is a great value.
Yeah, and I mean the RP capabilities of being able to like sit and eat your food and have a place for all that. Yeah, I think there's room in the verse for it.
And some people love the Drake aesthetics, and I mean, more power to them. So yeah, I mean, but the Drake line in the starter category, or at least the low end category, not low end, but the less expensive price range was lacking. So it's good that people have choice now. So cool.
Absolutely.
All right, so up next we have Tis the Season. Luminalia is over, but we can talk about this a bit. What do people think about the 12 days of Luminalia this year? I should have gone and pulled up the reward. Let me go ahead and do that in another window. But yeah, what do people think about the Luminalia?
We've been well fed this year. The paints,
I agree.
Those are some dope paints for like some very well used ships. I was like, man, they're setting an expectation here that I'm really curious to see how they handle that for the future. The guns that we got, like now we're gonna have those day one whenever we start a new wipe or whatever. Like the paints that we have, like the green and the red ones. Normally, green and red aesthetically to me looks really terrible, but the way that they did, like the military red with like the crimson, it looks really good. I think they knocked it out of the park this year.
So this is my personal hanger that I'm showing on screen real quick. Day one, like you said, had the paint. There, let me.
Yeah. Can you just scroll to the Banu Merchant Man and hit transfer to AbdiYohan? I think it's a little bit lower.
No, because it is bound to my account. So good luck with that.
Dang it! Dang it!
But they have the Cutter Deck the Hall and the Cutter Ice Break paint for day one. So we can go to these day by day if you want to. But yeah, so both whole bunch of paint. Day two was the Pico Nalia. Pico Nalia sweater. I was saying out loud. I've been reading it, but I haven't said it out loud. So now that I say it out loud, I get the reference. But yeah, Pico Nalia sweater for day two. Day three was the Prospector, Deck the Hall paint and Ice Break paint for the Prospector, so cool. Day four, Luminalia mug. It's, little holiday mug. That's cool. I like it.
I feel like that's a cool commitment to like. We've already gotten mugs in the subscriber store and stuff like that, so it's cool to see more mug variety, which means like they're gonna get the coffee going. Maybe they're gonna get the tea going. Like we got options out here.
Day five, you got the Vulture Deck the Hall and Vulture Elite paint. So yeah, a whole bunch of chips got some skin. Day six, the Luminalia cookie jar. I hope they come with real cookies and a refresh. I want some cookies in game. Thank you very much. Day seven, Freelancer Deck the Hall and Freelancer Ice Break paint. So yeah, none of these.
What was the controversy with those cookies? Someone was talking about them cookies. Was it that people were like, what am I supposed to do with these cookies?
Probably.
I thought they were perfectly fine. They look delicious to me.
I don't know.
They even made a mention of it, like in one of the recent monthly report. I think they said something about it in the monthly report where they were like, and the Luminalia went off, like, was great and everything.
Oh yeah.
Even though, like, somebody said something about the cookies. I like those cookies.
Luminalia Day 8 reward was the Demeco Ultraviolet LMG, so you got a new weapon. I'm not keen on the colors, but hey, it's a free weapon, so people like LMG, they're good for them. More options.
I know people who need to match their fit, and they got that pink purple fit. So now they got options. Happy to hear it. To hear it.
More options are always better. Day 9 was the Forgiveness sweater. I can't really get a big picture. It's not so ugly. Like in the previous years, they had ugly sweaters. This one is not as ugly, so I'm cool with it.
It was creative.
So, hey, when are we doing a Soul Citizens ugly sweater like holiday party?
Oh my god!
Luminalia party.
Bring it up again come November.
Yeah. We gotta meet up in verse.
Day 10, they had the Luminalia F55 Alpine Sunset LMG, so more weapons again. Day 11 had the light stick. Oh, okay, light stick, just one, but okay, cool. And day 12, the last day, it had the Luminalia Scalpel Permafrost Sniper Rifle. Ooh, and a knife. Ooh, so yeah, pretty good this year. But the one thing I'm missing is that I'm missing the other handle. CIG, what's up with that? Give us the other handle. We only have one. We need a second one to make it a set. Come on now. Anyway,
they gave us the ship, and they were like, let's just walk away from this one.
Let's just not.
You notice how we talked about the X1, the Dragonfly, and we didn't say the Nox, but the Nox could have been talked about. But nobody brought up that I don't even remember the name of it. The CNOU. What is the Gravlev vehicle that the handlebar actually goes to?
Oh, the quad.
The
Yeah,
quad.
quad.
What is it called?
Hover quad.
The hover quad. That we don't talk about the hover quad around here.
I've forgotten about the hover quad. That's how bad that
That's
is.
what the handlebar goes to. That was the whole
Right,
point
right,
of the
right.
handlebar. And we still don't remember it. It's like the
Oh man.
the sad
we
forgotten
remember
child.
it every Illuminati. Yeah, that's when we remember it.
Yes.
All right, next year, CIG, give us the other handlebar, please.
Second handle, please.
Absolutely.
All right, so that is that for just the season. Oh yes, and then at the end, well, almost to the end, Illuminati offers, ship offers. Let me scroll up here. I'm going to load a hive. We started for the X1. We'll talk about that. Go faster, $45, $45 US, sorry. And get Cutter Rambler, $50. View offers.
Did they have that with LTI?
Warbond, more info. Cutter Rambler. No. Well, Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Click on here. Lifetime insurance.
There
So
it
yeah,
is.
it's $45.
There it is. Get your LTI tokens, folks.
Yeah, or if you just want a cool strip.
Or if you just want a cool ship.
The X1 Velocity does not come in the LTI because this is, the concept was years ago, and that's $50. X1 Force, I believe that's the combat. Yeah, it says combat right there, so $55, so $5 more. Reliant Tana, certified. Freelancer, 110. C1 Spirit, yeah. Yeah, we covered the C1 Spirit previously, so medium freight, 125. Natural Light Salvage Vulture because of salvaging. So yes, I'm pretty sure a lot of people pick these up. Let me see what kind of offers they got. Upgrade. Oh, nothing. Okay, just normal upgrade. Alright, interesting. Nothing no special Wobon offers for that one. Hairpin to T20. Don't talk Yai. Special upgrade offer. They have a little thing here, so let me click on that. Special upgrade, Warbond, upgrade now, T40. And here again. Just $20 cheaper. Okay. Alright, cool. And then, oops, gotta go out of here again. 40 for the Centaur guy. 400 eyes. That's Kalrati's least favorite ship. Send your hate mail to Kalrati@gmail.com. Complaint. $250 for that. Reclaimer for $100. The reclaimer didn't go up in price, did it? It was
Not a
still,
lot, no.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of surprising. Normally when a ship, does an upgrade like that, it goes up like
Especially
$20
as
or something like that.
for salvaging, it is the end game ship, right? Unless, actually, we can assume that it will remain the end game
It
salvaging
will
ship.
remain the young game. That's a big ship.
I mean, I don't know what bigger ship you would have. I mean, I guess there will be bigger ships. So, like, would you take, like, there's an Orion.
I mean,
I guess the Reclaimer is on the level of a Rastra, maybe.
The only bigger ship I can think of, and this will be an old reference. You two may not get this reference. Will be Mega Maid for in-game Mega Maid. So yeah, that's the only bigger ship that I can
I have
think of.
no idea what that is. I'm
Mega Maid.
100% happy to admit, don't know what Mega Maid is. That
What is
MAID?
Mega
that?
Maid.
I have no idea what that means.
It looks like a maid with a spaceship.
Mega
Sangopa got the reference. Set the suck.
Oh,
That's a
space balls.
space saw.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Oh. Now I
And then
remember.
it back to
Okay.
the X1. So yes. So yeah,
That movie multiple times.
B-22 ship offers. And then from there it goes to either we have anything to say about the ship offers or any of those ships or no? Okay.
I
no
know.
problem.
My fleet is complete.
Right.
Don't hold me to that.
Until the next ship comes out.
Right.
So yes, and then you have the Alpha 322 characteristic patch notes, and we're gonna go to that right now. Oops. Okay, so 322.0. Yeah, December 14th, just like Kalrati said. Thank you for that. So 322 patch notes. Uh, data reset, yeah. Short-term data reset, yes. So long-term persistent data reset, no. Our starting UC 20,000. So yeah, anything stands out? Well, we covered most of these things. So yeah, I mean, anything that we haven't covered that you want to talk about?
So there was one thing I think I don't know if it's been it hasn't been fixed in the base 322, but that has to do with the ordnance, like the bombs and the missiles. But I think they did attempt to address it, or they have addressed it in the PTU patches, where they just weren't working. They were disappearing in the base 22 patch. So it would be nice if that's been addressed in the PTU patch. And there was one other thing. Trying to remember it right now, but right now I think that was the only or main thing that really stood out to me with respect to the known issues.
The thing that I need to test, and I have to be honest with you, it's hard to get back to mining. Mining used to be my main gameplay loop. But it says that there's been a ship mining balance pass. I need to get back to it. It's so hard to get into the verse and do a big money making venture thing and not just inevitably flow to salvaging and just like, either doing salvaging with structural salvaging or doing ERTs and then taking the drugs off of those. We've seen that in the PTU that they're going to be making some balance passes on what you get from ERTs and stuff like that. We're not sure. I'm not 100% sure how hard it'll be balanced. But I'm kind of hoping that happens so that I go back to some of my other loops that I'm really actually very fond of. So
I agree.
Yeah, I need to get back into mining and hopefully that comes with the next patch. But that mining balance pass is something that I need to get to know more.
Okay, I think that's a good point to wrap up. Start wrapping up on. We do have one question for Q&A, so let me bring that up real quick.
I would say
So,
before we ask the question, just to answer Abby's concern there, I did do the structural salvage and the whole salvaging thing, and also over the past week, I did mine. And it's not the same.
It is the return,
it is not the same
is,
because
the return for time investment is still so different. And I'm hoping for that balance,
Yeah.
Oh, I did figure one thing. You talk about making a lot of money and doing this patch. Well, some people who may be coming in new may not know, but whenever the CIG does a new patch like this, they adjust the amount of money you can make in game so that people test out the new features, because that's what CIG wants. They want data and intel from people who are playing the game, testing out the new features, and see if they need any more tweaks or fixes and stuff like that. And the way they do that, encourage people to do it, is by making them lucrative. So that's why people are making a lot of money with doing the new stuff. But whenever CIG has enough information, they make they decrease the amount of money you can make. So
I've been seeing people advocate for a wipe, which I haven't seen people advocate for a long time.
Who's advocating for a wipe?
That like people are saying, wipe the money because everyone has all these ships and stuff. That's not me.
Yeah, you want to say that?
Yeah. I've been taking my time.
But I've like literally there are tweets that I could point to where people are like, let's do the wipe, and I'm like, I understand the perspective. People kind of want to start off, everybody at square one instead of everybody doing their ERTs in an 890 jump that they made in one day.
I mean, go ahead.
I guess it has to do with before 322, where the cargo containers, what you got, those loot containers, they were just extremely valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that happened before the 322 patch. I'm neutral to it. I mean, if it happens, cool. But if it doesn't happen, I'm going to continue because I'm not going at such a fast pace that I have all these millions.
Right.
But I mean, like CIG has said, that they'll continue to try to not wipe, just to continue to get continuous data within the same design or within the same population. So.
And not for nothing, the longer they can go for wipe, like you say, it gives them more data. But they're testing for a real game environment, so the longer they can go
Yeah.
without wipe, the better. When you have to wipe, that's not a good thing because they got to make some tweak and try to make it go as long as they can. But this is still alpha, and when it
Yep.
gets beta,
You got to test
maybe.
particular things.
Yeah, when they get the beta, maybe they won't be a wipe then. But I mean, a wipe is coming because it's still an alpha. You just don't know when. So yeah.
You don't know when. I will say this, especially with the example of that new friend coming into the game, they missed IAE, so the ability for them to earn these ships in game so easily has been very helpful in terms of him trying out ships that he wouldn't normally be able to like just like so easily try out, I guess. And I think that that's a good thing because then that makes you an informed consumer. You can try things out for yourself, see how it feels. Because he's at the point where he's like testing the granularity of differences between a Corsair and an Andromeda. Like a Connie Andromeda. So like when you're at that point, being able to actually try it, like I think that's a helpful thing. And you already have those people invested, so why
Yeah,
not?
the problem
give
is
them the
that I
tools to be
mean,
able-
the Corsair and Connie now may not be the Corsair and Connie they'll be in the future. So you might have to go back and revisit that decision later.
That's true, but I mean the ability to still try a thing out now, I think is a powerful thing to be able to give
Yeah.
somebody who maybe only has the $45 invested and wants to consider going in a different direction.
Quite true.
And like earlier, was it this week? Yeah, late this week, I got an email saying that on December 18th they'll be putting up for sale. I think all the ships that we got in 2023. So
Yeah.
if you, it's good for me because I want a free ship and I want a CCU, but I don't have the CCU available. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that sale. So yeah,
There you go.
December 18th, there's going to be another ship sale. So
Oh, January 18th, yeah.
CID
Yeah.
is trying to make money early in this year. They're not waiting for Invictus Week.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's really interesting. Do you think that that's a result of how they did last year, or in terms of what they maybe internally projected, or is it just them wanting to get a leg up this year?
I have no idea. Their
No
marketing
idea.
team. I mean, I don't want to say the marketing team can do no wrong, but they seem to be knowing what they're doing. So yeah, that's my guess.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. Inflation is imposter stuff.
There you go.
All right. So question. Okay, we got one joke, one fast cart skin joke, and one joke ban. So I'm guessing the honeymoon period for my joke ban is over. Thank you for going as long as you did, but not giving me a joke ban. Fiero Official said, "How is your day going today? My day is going well, thank you. I'm happy I got my PC. I'm happy I got my back on the air. Happy we got your Soul Citizen back on the air. How about you two? Kalrati, how is your day going?"
Pretty good, actually. Pretty good. I can't complain. I did no work. It was surprising, but I did have a work meeting because, I don't know, man, these people don't recognize that people need to sleep sometimes. But yeah, it was a really great day. And how about you, Abdi?
Really good. We got my daughter. She's 2.5, and we got her moved into a bed now from a crib. So
Oh,
she's moving up.
nice.
Trying not to cry in the corner here, but she's moving on up, and assembling that IKEA bed was like an all day thing. We
Kia,
made it happen.
really?
Yeah, we won't. They have some cute beds for toddlers. Let me tell you, if y'all are looking for like well priced toddler beds, IKEA isn't a bad way to go.
And how long did it really take you? Or are you exaggerating, or did it really take
So
you?
here's
How
the
long?
thing: when you're building something with a toddler, it's a jungle gym until it's finished. So it was mostly just like one of us like trying to hold something while using their foot to keep her from jumping over something, and the other person trying to feverishly try to screw something in, and we made it happen.
Okay.
We made it happen. We made it happen.
So, just to talk kind of talk lightly on that. So, this is with respect to any kind of bed, and of course, it depends on the bed frame and everything. But as of 5 years ago, I did away with my bed frame entirely, and I've just had my mattress on the floor. And it's been the weirdest thing to tell somebody about, but it's been the most amazing sleep I've ever had.
That's
No
awesome.
bending moment, no
Mm-mm.
weird distribution of forces. Of course, you have to make sure that the floor is clean and everything is no dust. You're not sneezing and everything like that. But I just thought I'd just mention that. If
They do that
anyone is
in a
in the
lot of
position to try
countries,
it,
though, don't they?
they
Like I thought
do.
they
They
do that
do.
in
Yeah.
like East
In
Asian
Japan,
countries and
yeah,
stuff
they
like that.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I have not regretted it since. The only thing is that,
Kalrati's
of
always
course,
he's always thinking ahead of people, man. This is gonna be something you'll see in 10 years in America. That's cool, man. I like that. That's awesome.
All right, so let's time to wrap up. I'm going to go to not that one. Go to this one. So yes, well, I didn't talk about what I want people to do, so I'll just do these myself. Saturday we typically have Soul Voices, but Griffin is on vacation with the family, so there'll be no Soul Voices for a while. It said return next Saturday. Don't quote me. Don't quote us on that. But typically Saturday 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern UTC. Soul Voices, and that is part of podcast Saturday, starting with Soul Voices at 3, and continuing on with Captain Table, the After Pub at 6 p.m. Eastern. Then
It looks
ending
like
with Relay.
fastcart. There's something that you might need to check in Discord for 1 second.
yeah.
Hold on a sec. Okay, thank you. That. Oh well. Oh, I missed that. Sorry about that. So yeah. They want to know. They stated they have CIT out by the end of the year. CIT stated that they have 322 out by the end of the year. Were you surprised that they got it out by the end? Were you surprised that they actually got it out at the end of the year, or were you expecting them to take longer?
Oh, about CIG? I think I thought it would come out. I think I wasn't surprised. I think I was like, this is what they seem to be really pushing for. If I thought anything, maybe I thought they'd push it out the week after, but I knew that it would happen before the end of the year. And I guess one thing this is an important thing to say because people have been kind of on them about this in the past. But I thought, for me personally, despite some things being a little bit wonky, this was maybe one of the more stable Christmas or holiday patches that I've ever experienced. No major outages, at least to me. So, I mean, like I said, I have literally been bed logging for the last 4 weeks, and that is new to me. That's 100% new to me. I've bed logged here and there, but this has been. It's been working pretty well, except for the elevators not showing up for those bunkers.
How about you, Kalrati?
I fully 100% agree with Abdi because I was living out in my in my vulture for a very long time since the release, and I was surprised by I wasn't really it's been a very long time since I've had bed issues. I can't remember the last time I've been so successful with bed logging and those things and living out in a ship like that. And just the stability. I mean, of course, some persons have been experiencing differently, but it's been really fun for me consistently. So, just to also answer your question, I wasn't surprised because they seem to be on some weird momentum. It's not something that I did that I expected. Straight out of a Citizen Con, it's like everybody just felt rejuvenated. It's like, okay, guys, let's just go. And it's like,
boom,
whoa,
boom,
okay,
boom, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I hope it continues for 2024. Of course, we're now entering, so things will, of course, have to ramp up. But and I'm not saying that if it required them to push, I'm not asking them to push and literally tire themselves out. But it was nice to see, and I hope that the conversion or the transfer from teams from the Squadron 42 coming over to the PU helps with that kind of momentum and that frequency. So, but it was nice. It was nice to see T22 come out. I wasn't surprised.
See, I
hope they got the rest and then I hope I don't even know if I need to say hope. I think they're already on a better foot than they were in 2023 because we already have the monthly reports, and I think we were waiting a really long time last
Yeah,
year.
that's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's true.
Right? I think.
yeah. Because I think the monthly report came out in March or February or something like that. It came out really late for November, December, but they got it out last week. So yeah. For me, as the guy who's been a backer since 2014, I'm gonna say I am a bit surprised because I am so used to them getting out released on December 24th, December 31st, just barely making it in time, and then having to stay the whole weekend in order to get the fixes out and stuff like that. So I am surprised, but I mean pleasantly surprised. So yes, they got it out on December 14th, the whole week and a half before Christmas.
And tech preview with replication.
So,
I will say this: they're getting to a point now where there are more eyes than ever on this project, and I think the last thing that they need is a bunch of like articles coming out on Christmas saying that look what CIG is doing. They're running their employees into the ground, making them work on Christmas or something like that, or whatever. So I think they're trying to get better about project management and planning. Not, I mean, like, who am I to say? But like, that's my hope at least.
I think they got a bad taste in their mouth from 318 release, and they want to avoid that again if possible. Okay, but I could, I don't wait for CID. That's just my guess. Another question they asked: will you be trying out the 3 additional servers? You got the PTU, EPTU, and the Tech Preview. And what are your thoughts about them? Are you trying out those extra servers, or do you have any thoughts about it? Or Abdi? EPTU,
I have very limited
PTU,
time.
Tech Preview.
I have very limited time to play when I do play. So usually I'm in the PU and I'm playing with a friend who's like jumping in the game. But something that I really do want to contribute to is the tech preview, especially if it's testing, even if it's testing the replication layer or something like that, and the replication layer like isn't set to like fix itself or whatever that it's supposed to do, even if it's just testing the crash. I still want to contribute to that because to me that's really important tech, and I think the more people that we have helping with that, the better. The more data that they can get from that, the better. Because I want the replication layer and server meshing, I want all that to go as well as possible. So that's one that I'm keeping an eye on for sure.
Kalrati?
Yeah, I didn't test. Surprisingly, I didn't test the tech preview as much as I've been playing the live version, but I was following, and sometimes the tech preview was degrading, or at least the servers were degrading. But it is nice that they were still able to keep it up for the entire holiday. It wasn't a split, so the 30K crash recovery wasn't enabled, but I'm sure still got some good data from just testing the non-recovery aspect of it. With respect to testing other things not tech preview related, they did have, I don't know if they officially activated it today, Siege of Orison, to fix some issues, but there are some things that still need to be addressed. I believe it was last week, Thursday or Friday, they tested, or last week they tested Jumptown as well. So they are testing and just looking forward to player feedback with respect to that. So it was quite impressive to see that they released 322. They got the tech preview out before the holidays, and right back into January, they gave us this to test. So it seems as though they're definitely keeping that momentum, and hopefully in a healthy way for them and for everybody. So it's off to a good start, I think. Off to a good start.
Yeah, just let me know when they have Molly available. 'Cause I need her as a teammate. Just for myself. Molly, you remember her? Okay.
Oh, Mahli from the IAE videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She seems to live a chaotic lifestyle that I would be 100% on board to playing with her.
All right. So now I've already discussed Soul Voices is not returning for a while. But Cloud on Saturday, ending with Relay at 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UTC on Saturday. So check it out. And then next Sunday, oops, let me get my notes up real quick because I put that in here somewhere. Okay, so next Sunday, we're talking about game backer and future investor. So it's basically understanding the possible impact of Squadron 42, Star Engine, as you know, the CIG making that a commercial project, and CIG. So yeah, the possible impact of Squadron 42, Star Engine, and CIG. I think next Sunday, January 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UTC. So check us out for that. Should be a good discussion.
That is a relevant conversation, especially with a recent tweet
Who do
that
you think
came
came
out
up with
where.
this? Griffin.
What was that?
Well, of course it's relevant. Griffin came up with
I
this.
know.
Of
I'm
course it's
just saying. I'm
relevant.
just saying that like it's kind of been in the news with that whole Legatus thing that people were harping on Kotaku or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there who don't understand where Star Citizen gets its money and how being a backer actually works and what it does. So I'm excited.
Sounds like you want to
watch
sign
that.
up for next week to be on the show.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh yes, that would be a good discussion. Oh yes,
Absolutely.
thank you for that, and thank you, AbdiYohan and Kalrati for being on again. If you want to put your links in chat, go ahead and put your link. No, I know Kalrati stream, and I know AbdiYohan and you stream too. So go ahead and put your links in chat. So we're wrapping up. If you want to become a Soul Bro, Soul Sister, Soulmate, Soul Citizen membership has the privilege. Click the join button down below on YouTube. Thank everybody for tuning in and chat, and thank you for the raid from New Soul, and thank you all everybody who contributed bits, and everybody who subscribed and followed. Appreciate it. You want to follow us on social media with Soul Citizen with the S on the end everywhere on social media. You want to support us, you can buy merchandise and join our Patreon too. You can also support us by hitting like, subscribe, and following us on different social media. Oh, you know what? I forgot to look for a person to raid. So, Abdi, you want to tell people where people can find you?
Yeah. Again, people can find me at twitch.tv /AbdiYohan. I stream every Thursday at 9 p.m., which kind of conflicts with Soul Citizens. It's more of a family thing, just with the way that my family's time works. So don't watch me. Watch Soul Citizens. Watch Soul Voices. Not Soul Voices. Soul Talk. Watch Soul Talk on Thursdays.
That's not quite how this
with
works, but okay,
fastcart.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Watch Soul Talk, and I'll just kind of be there. So it's all good.
Kalrati.
And also, Kalrati, I was not subscribed to you. What the heck is wrong with me? I'm subscribed now.
It's totally fine. My name is completely different, guys. So I've linked my my link in the YouTube channel. It's Ryu Kishin or Ryu Kishin, whichever. And yeah, these days I don't actually stream as much, but I do just randomly upload videos. So if you just want to find out a whole bunch of random stuff with regards to Star Citizen, check it out there. And of course, remember today's Yo-Yo Meg's birthday, so
Thank you.
Happy birthday. And just tag her with Imagine Dragons, like I'll be said.
Yeah.
You can follow me at fast_cart on Twitter, and I will be on hopefully I'll be on People's Radio or Flight to Rhythm this coming Friday, so check that out. Thank you all for being here. And we are going to raid Verities, so send her out love. And with that, peace, love, and soul.
Hope you get some Wendy's, Yo-Yo Meg. Bye.
See you, everyone.
Yo.